Hello guys, it's Pep from Pep here, and today we have a new video about a decklist that I probably could use to reach COG with. So, I'm here with Hesperoba, so a not so common character, to show you a really fun deck. Maybe not fun, but definitely control. So if you're a duelist that like to have control on the duel, this is the decklist you were looking for. Before going deep into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Without further ado, let's go deep into it. So, the skill I've chosen is Balance. Of course, you all know what Balance does. You need to play at least 6 monsters, 6 spells, and 6 traps to activate it, and you will ensure to have in your starting hand one of each. Now, you know that maybe if you're following me since enough time, since enough videos, you will definitely know that I like to keep my deck list at 20 cards. I don't like 3-card deck at all, and this is an exception. Why do we play 22 card right here with Balance? So, as you can see, this is a pure Elements deck. So, no invocation engine, nothing at all in it. Only Elements with their pure boss monsters. Of course, I'm talking about the Elemental Lord. They are actually good, and the synergy is incredible, as you can imagine, maybe. And the deck works really, really well. So let's start saying that we have in our starting hand, thanks to Demise of the Land, we have a 100% chance. So we have a Palace of the Elemental Lords guaranteed in our starting hand, because thanks to Balance, we're gonna draw one of the spell of the 6 spell, and we have 3 copies of Palace and 3 copies of Demise of the Land. So we're gonna either start in the duel with a Palace or a Demise, but what Demise says is it's a quick play spell, so you can activate it even in your opponent's turn. What Demise of the Land says is that you can play a field spell card from your deck once that your opponent special summon a monster, and this, as you well know, happens really, really, really frequently. We can for sure say that it happens always. So you'll have guaranteed the Demise of the Land, if not in your first turn, in the first turn of your opponents. So really good, a really good thing. Imagine, of course, you're gonna have in your starting hand a monster. So if you're not unlucky, you will start with a Molehu, and then we have the traps. So we have Diving Rod, that's so needy in this period to negate and affect monsters. Just a fundamental thing, a fundamental card. So you have to play cards that prevent your opponent from activating his monster's effect. Is just a must-have, a must-play card. Of course, the better version is Fiendish Chain. Unfortunately, I do not have it at all. I did not spend my money on selection box, so I have to use Dive and Wrath. Of course, if you have Fiendish Chain, it's better to use that. And then Elemental Training is just so good to to save your Element Saber on the field, and also to have the Element Saber you need on the field whenever you need it, because with Elemental Training you can just tribute one monster, whatever it is, to special summon an Element Saber monster from the deck with an original attribute different from that monsters that you have tributed. So really good, guys, really, really good. So imagine that you open up with the Molehu and you're playing against a deck like a Dark Magician deck that plays a lot of spell trap cards, and you need to negate spell or trap cards. You can use Elemental Training to tribute your Molheu and special summon La Paulia that will be much better in that situation. Then we have Makani that is good for two reasons. The one is because it's a wind type and the boss monsters Windrose, it's actually the best we have. So we do not need even to activate the effect to change the attribute, and also you can use its effect to search for an elemental lord from your deck to your hand. So really good to search your big boss right here. Of course, keep in mind we have 3 dark, 3 light, but you know that Element Saber in the graveyard can just change their attribute. So to summon your elemental lord, it's just so easy to summon them because you can just change the attribute of course when you need it, and just to have to have of course the exact number that you need. For example, for Windrose you will need exactly 5 wind monsters in your graveyard. There's not an easier thing to do. And Windrose is actually so good because it's your back row destroyer. In fact, when you special summon this card, you destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls, so really good. And then we have also Pyrorex, you know, just not to play only one big boss monster. With this one instead, you can destroy one monster your opponent control. Of course, this is a fair target, keep in mind that. You destroy that monster and both players take damage equal to half the attack of the destroyed monster. So this one instead will need you to have 5 fire attribute type monsters. So keep in mind that, guys. So just a quick check to see where you can pick the cards. So the Elemental Lord were a reward of the DD Tower, but of course I think you can get those cards with your ticket. The Element Saber card instead are all from the Dark Dimension box. Really, I think all the cards. So together with Palace, of course, as you can see. And then we have instead Demise of the Land can be found in Truth Universe because it was reprinted, and in Crimson Kingdom, that's a really old box. Then we have Diving Wrath, of course it's a really old box. You can just use, of course, a generic trap, just a Canadian, like a Floodgate. But you know, I just feel better to play something to negate your opponent's monster's effect. And then also Elemental Training. As I told you before, all the Element Saber related cards are in Dark Dimension box. So guys, the deck is really good, and why do I play 22 cards? Cause thanks to the effect of Palace, you will able to activate the effect of your monsters so easily, just for the fact that you will ensure you will have for sure a Palace in your hand, thanks to the Palace himself hand to the Demise of the Land. So I just in the deck testing, I just realized I needed more fuel, so more chances to activate my monster's effect. And so keep in mind that you only have 8 actually, and if you play 20 cards you just have 6. That's really too poor to play. You definitely need a little more. I did not decide to play more Element Saber monsters, cause then balance will not activate. So don't try to play more cards than 22, because balance will not activate unless you're gonna add more spell and more trap cards. But you actually do not want to add more spell, because otherwise you will not have your Palace guaranteed in your starting hand. So guys, keep in mind that. I hope you enjoyed all the explanation. I'm sorry guys if these 2 weeks I did not upload a lot of videos as I did before. I was not at home in this period, so my holidays just took me away from home, and I was not able to upload as much as I did before. But from next week we should be back to business, and you will see the normal schedule with 3 videos per week, I hope, if Duel Links just give us enough content. So guys, I hope you enjoyed all the explanation. Feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below, and as always guys, Enjoy the replays!